Welcome to Rezzed. We are back on the game floor, and I have Hugh, the hand-in-everything guy for NS2.
Except the useful things like coding and art.
You do all the important stuff, though, like the PR and making sure that things aren't on fire.
Yeah, the annoying guy that runs around with a loud voice at conventions like this. Yeah, exactly.
That's a wonderful thing to do. That's the best role to have.
That's very kind of you.
It means that you don't get stuck down going, oh, this just isn't the right shade of grey.
It means I don't have to deal with code bugs. I don't envy Brian, our lead programmer, having to deal with that, or Corey, the man responsible for this art. Their jobs look definitely a lot harder than mine.
I mean, the art behind us is fantastic. I would hate to be the guy that goes up to him and goes, it's not looking awesome enough. And so we need it to, can you make it more awesome? And he's just like, how?
Well, this is our Onos. This is the biggest alien in the game, so we like to think he's a pretty impressive thing to look at.
It is rather impressive.
And this dude's looking pretty screwed right now, so yeah.
He is, but he's not giving up without a fight. He's just like, well, if this thing's going to take me down, I'm going to make it work for it.
Yeah.
So, NS2. NS1 was very successful. You've moved on to NS2 now. How do you feel it's going in regards to the development stage so far?
Well, it was 10 years since the original Half-Life 1 mod Natural Selection, so it's been a long time. And this development itself has actually been going on for a very long time as well. It's been 5 or 6 years since it was originally announced. And so now that we're actually here with a game that is, as you can see, it's running well and people are having fun.
It looks beautiful.
Thank you. That's awesome to hear someone say that. That's really cool. And that's why we're in a really good mood, because the game is at the point where we can start to really show it off, and we are moving towards a release in the next few months.
Next few months, really?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yes.
Because you're in beta at the moment.
We are, yes.
Yes. So you've been in beta for a while as well.
A very long time indeed.
Yeah, and we have a few guys in our community who have been playing it. I haven't actually had much time to get to it myself, but they are a case of, if you're going to Rezzed, speak to the Natural Selection guys.
Thanks, guys. Yeah. Thank you out there for telling him that.
they really love it. So, of course, it's running on the Spark engine.
Yes, brand new engine developed in-house by effectively one guy called Max McGuire. He's our technical director, and he came up with the idea for Spark, and it is a brand new engine. Yep. It's designed to be extremely moddable to allow people to produce their own content for the game, and also to allow for very fast iteration times for small development teams like us.
Yeah. So you're really forward-thinking with it then in regards to the mod aspect of it. Especially, it's kind of interesting to see that in some ways it's gone full circle then, because Natural Selection 1 started as a mod.
Yes.
And now it's a case of you've gone to the point, you have the Spark engine, you're just doing the whole other people, you can now mod ours. And it's
You're right bang on, mate, because, we came from modding, we want to stay true to those modding roots, and that means making the game completely open to anyone to do anything to it. And when you buy this game, or when you get a beta key, or when you get access to the game, you not only get access to the game, you get access to all our Spark development tools, including the map editor, our script editors, our animation tools, our cinematic editor, which is
you
like
really
a
give everyone everything.
Everything. Everything. In fact, I could alt-tab this game out right now and show you the game's source code, because it comes with the game, and you can do whatever you want to it. It's yours to play with. It's there. You can open it in Notepad, but you don't need to, because we give you the scripting tool with the game.
That's absolutely fantastic. And it really shows also that you're focusing not only on NS2, but also the Spark engine on its own as well. If you're giving all these wonderful tools to people to play with the engine and play with the game, it really shows that you're not only showing dedication and wanting to make sure that NS2 is successful and has a good lifespan, but also the engine itself. That means you really kind of put thought and time into making sure that you had the perfect engine for your game.
We hope so. We hope it's a good engine for people that maybe don't have a lot of resources, that maybe don't have, a couple of $1 million to throw into a game development and need to be able to iterate very quickly. They need to be able to load into a map very fast, see something changed, get out, change something, make the game code happen very quickly, which is what you can do in Lua. That's the idea behind Spark, and it's suited us, and we hope there's people out there that might want to make games on Spark, and if there are, we welcome them, and obviously, modding NS2 would be an awesome place to start with that.
Yeah. So tell us a bit more about NS2 then, because some things have changed since NS1.
Yes.
In regards to the commander options and all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
And go ahead, give us a bit more information.
So back in Natural Selection 1, there was only a Marine commander.
Yes.
And so only the human side had the real-time strategy perspective along with the first person. Now both sides have it. So the aliens also have a commander. So in a game, in a match, you'll have two real-time strategy players along with their teammates playing in the first person. That's probably the biggest change to the Commander mode, and we did that for a variety of reasons, and we're confident that it's actually a lot better now having that Alien Commander.
Was that one of the things that people made a big fuss about when NS1 hit? Was it a case of you had people going, well, why can't I play as the Alien Commander?
Well, actually, surprisingly not, because back in NS1, it kind of turned the Alien team into a bit of a hive mind. And so the Alien team had to work very closely together and communicate a lot to make things happen. And that's great. That's awesome. And it created an awesome gameplay experience.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there are trade-offs to that, including with balancing things like the resource system, which made it not the perfect system. And so we've gone for a different gameplay experience now. We've retained a lot of those hive mind elements, but we do now have that directing force. So it creates a different experience. We think it's a better experience.
Of course, because it really takes the original game that you've created and evolves it and makes it better. And
that's
really
the idea.
Yeah, which really works as well in regards to the whole NS idea, in the fact of, you're building up and getting stronger and you're making all this wonderful stuff go on.
Well, you're making a really interesting point. That whole evolution thing really does come into our game, because we do, in fact, iterate so fast. We bring in new features, we bring them out. We cut things in, we cut them out. We change damage values, we change them back. We put in new maps, we tear them out because they weren't working. So it's a very, very organic process of growth, helped by the fact that we have this huge, awesome community that's responsible for so much awesome stuff. For example, we've got an official map that was done by the community. We have a spectator system that's being built by the community. We've had huge balance changes being done by the community, because we get feedback that says, guys, the fade, the swipe is just not working, or the blink is just not working. You have to change this blink ability and do something different. So we've done it differently, and it's better now for it. So it is really a process of evolution.
So are you planning to bring any other game modes into NS2 for launch, or is it essentially set in stone now in regards to most things in the game?
We, as the official developers, will not be doing any other game modes for launch. I have no doubt, though, that someone will create other game modes for the game. And, for example, there was the combat mod for NS1, so mod of a mod. And I have no doubt that things like that will appear. And because we give all the tools out, because the Spark engine is so open, because anyone can do whatever they want to the game source code, we will see different game modes. And we're actively supporting them, and we can't wait to see them.
Excellent. So how many maps are in at launch?
We are aiming for 6, but is
that including the community map, or is that?
Well, yes, and the community map is now official as it gets, because it's fully incorporated into the game. Awesome mapper called Psycho Man created that, and so the reason I can't give you a definitive answer is 5 months ago we were thinking, all right, we'll have 5 maps at launch, but along comes this amazing map.
So between now and launch, another awesome map might come along.
It may come along, and we could get to 7. But apart from the official
so you're going
maps,
with 5 dev ones then? Is that right? 5 from you guys, and
5
then
from. But as I said, that map is now as official as it gets. It is being developed in-house as well. Psycho Man unfortunately had to fall away from the development, so it is. It's as official as it gets, and hopefully there will be more maps like that. And there are already more community maps out there that are played regularly, apart from our official maps. So there is going to be a lot of maps.
So I have to ask then, going from NS1 and going from the mod of Half-Life and then going into NS2 and creating the Spark engine, creating all this stuff, what is the crowning achievement, in your opinion, of NS2? What do you really feel is the thing that will either hook in the players, or the thing that you feel is the best thing that you've done, or just that one thing that you're so proud of?
I think the best thing, and the thing that I'd be most proud of, I know I can't speak for the rest of the team, they'll all be proud of different things, but the thing I'd be most proud of as being part of this project is we don't have one thing which we think is the thing that'll hook people. We don't pretend to know that we know how to create the best game, or that this will be the best game, and we don't think we're the best game creators either. And the reason I'm so proud of it is we've created a system whereby anyone can create anything for this game. Anyone that thinks they can do it better can try, and it can be played by people. Things like Steam Workshop make it so easy to download those mods for NS2. So I'm most proud that this game will be able to grow and evolve naturally based on community feedback from real players, and that this won't be a game that sits in a black box where you can give feedback to Twitter but never have actually anything change in the game.
So it's that whole aspect that we mentioned earlier of, you guys started as modders in Half-Life 1. You're now giving people that same ability, but with complete, total freedom.
Yes, that's what we want to do, because I have no doubt, honestly, Natural Selection 1, Counter-Strike, Team Fortress, all those games, DayZ round the corner right here, outstanding mod. All of these games are mods, and they are brilliant, and they were not thought of by the original developer. And we have no doubt that someone might be able to create a game better than Natural Selection, and I encourage them to do so.
Excellent. So I have to ask then, pick a side.
Pick a side. I like being a builder in games. I like building things. I like healing.
So are you more? Do you like the commander role then, or do you like being down on the front
I was
lines?
going to say I like being an alien, because on the alien side there's an alien called the Gorge life form. That thing is so loud.
Yes.
So the Gorge life form is a kind of supporting class. And what he can do is do things like, I don't know if you play Minecraft at all, but the Gorge can do things like build up out of small blocks. You can build little fortresses, build little hidey holes to heal people from, build defensive turrets.
If you had to pick a class as well as a race, you would then go for
That's exactly why, yeah. I'm very much the Gorge and very much on the alien side.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much, Hugh, for giving us some of your time.
Thank you guys for coming and taking an interest in our little game.
Oh, we have a lot of interest in your game.
Awesome.
It seems to be very, very strong in our community.
Oh, well, we can't wait to work with your community more. And
I'm sure some of them will definitely jump on your mods.
Fantastic.
Excellent.
And as we push towards release this summer, I mean, in the next 2 months, really, we want it to be out August, September.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
I'll talk to you later.
All right.